They come at dusk, silent, unseen. No one knows exactly where they came from, but by sunrise, the field looks like a war zone, ripped up like after an earthquake. Not wolves, not bears. These are wild hogs, smart, fast, and absolutely destructive. In just 30 years, their numbers have exploded, from 2 million to nearly 9 million across 39 states. They breed so fast, if we don't wipe out at least 60% every year, they take over. This isn't just a wildlife problem, it's a full-blown agricultural nightmare. They cause over $1.5 billion in damage: corn, soybeans, potatoes, irrigation lines, roads, even livestock. Folks used to think a big steel trap was enough, but these animals, they learn. Trap one, and the rest stay away for good. So the fight isn't just trap, catch, kill anymore. It's a war of minds, a quiet battle, happening night after night in rural America. And in Texas, the front line, farmers are building traps so smart, they seem unreal, all to reclaim their land from the shadows of the night. Wild boars aren't native to America, but in just a few decades, their population has exploded, from 2 million in 1990 to nearly 9 million by 2019. And they're still spreading. Today, at least 39 states have reported sightings of this invasive species, from Texas farmland to Georgia pine forests, even the suburbs of California. And the damage is staggering, an estimated $1.5 billion every year. Most of it hitting agriculture. They tear up rice fields, steal corn, churn soil, knock down fences, bust water lines, and even attack farm animals. But what makes them nearly impossible to control isn't their tusks or teeth, it's their intelligence and their insane ability to reproduce. A single sow can give birth to 4 to 6 piglets per litter, twice a year. They travel in groups of 10 to 30, move at night, and are nearly invisible to the human eye. In rural Texas, one farming family went to bed and woke up to find their cornfield ripped apart like it had been hit by a bulldozer. No one saw anything. No cameras, no proof, just hoof prints, claw marks, and a sinking feeling of loss. If we don't find a breakthrough solution, if we keep relying on outdated methods, then one day it won't be us controlling the land, it'll be them. But that leads to a bigger question. Why do modern steel traps, seemingly simple and foolproof, fail to stop them? For decades, farmers across the U.S. have poured millions of dollars into steel traps, cable snares, and iron cages, all in the hope of stopping wild boar from tearing up their land. But the harsh truth, most of these traps don't work as expected. Not because the traps are wrong, but because people mistake Nub 1. Bad placement. Wild hogs don't just wander randomly. They stick to well-worn paths, routes they travel often, usually near water or food sources. Set a trap too far off course, you'll be staring at an empty cage for days. Mistake Nub 1. Triggering too early. Single trigger traps often catch only 1 or 2 hogs, but hogs travel in groups. The moment one is caught, squealing and panicking, the rest get the message fast. They hear the noise, sense the danger, and avoid the area for weeks. Mistake Nub 1. Not understanding hog psychology. They're nocturnal, active from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. One study from Texas A&M put it plainly. People assume setting a trap is the end of the job. But with wild hogs, it's psychological warfare. If you don't understand the rules of the game, you're going to lose. After years of failed attempts with small-scale traps, Texas farmers finally came to a hard truth. To win the war against wild hogs, you can't catch them one by one. You have to take down the whole herd in a single strike. That's why the corral trap, a circular steel enclosure, has become the weapon of choice. Corral trap, the ultimate wild hog catcher. With a diameter of 30 to 40 feet, 9-12 meters, and reinforced steel mesh walls over 5 feet high, 1.5 meters, it's built to hold strong. The gate is remotely controlled and only shuts once the entire herd has entered. This one-shot trap method can capture 10 to 30 hogs at once, effectively breaking the breeding cycle in a single hit. One clean trap can shut down an entire breeding season. Texas Rancher, alongside the corral system, other trapping methods are used strategically, depending on terrain, herd behavior, and stage of deployment. Drop gate trap, guillotine style. A heavy steel door drops vertically when triggered. Simple to build, quick to close, ideal for catching individual hogs. Not effective for full herds, but useful in isolated cases. Single cage trap with lead bait. A traditional cage with automatic trigger, often used for scouting, to test new baits, observe movement patterns, or identify herd paths. Not sustainable for long-term use, but valuable during early-stage recon. Smart traps, sensor-plus camera systems, equipped with infrared cameras and motion sensors. Farmers monitor activity via smartphone and manually trigger the gate when the time is required. This minimizes false captures and maximizes herd catch efficiency. Overhead net trap. A net is deployed from above when hogs step into a defined area. Highly effective for mid-sized groups, 5 to 10 hogs. Costly and terrain-dependent, but extremely efficient in the right conditions. Whether it's a steel trap, a net drop, or high-tech remote systems, success doesn't come from metal alone. What matters most is strategy. Understanding their behavior, movement, and herd psychology is what separates failed attempts from a flawless strike. Because to beat a creature of the night, you don't just need strength. You need to think like a hunter, but trap like a tactician. A good trap doesn't catch hogs by itself. It's just a tool. The real win? That's up to the human behind it. In Texas, the best hog trappers agree. To make a corral trap work, you've got to nail 3 things. Just 3. But get everyone dead right. First, location. Hogs don't wander aimlessly. They stick to paths with water, mud, and shade. Set your trap near a dry creek, where the soil's torn up, tracks are fresh, or the wallow spots look active, and your trap blends right into their routine. Second, timing. Don't just see signs and throw a trap down. A skilled trapper baits first, 3 to 7 days of feeding, gate wide open. Let them come and go. Every visit builds trust. Every bite lowers their guard. When about 80% of the herd walks in like they own the place, that's your moment. One shot, whole pack. Third and most important, herd psychology. Hogs trust nothing, but if one walks in, the rest will follow. But one mistake, human scent, a strange sound, a twitch of suspicion, they vanish, and they don't come back. 3 rules, 1 chance. In hog trapping, miss one beveps, but when you do it right, that steel trap stops being just a cage. It becomes the door that slams shut on a nightmare. Even the best placed, perfectly timed trap is worthless if the bait isn't tempting enough. Out in the woods, wild hogs have no shortage of food, so to lure them into danger, the bait has to be something they simply can't resist, something worth the risk. One of the most seasoned trappers in Texas once said, "If you want to catch 'em, the bait's gotta stink so bad, even a man can't stand it." The top choice? Fermented corn. Soak it in warm water for about a week until it turns thick, sour, and overpoweringly pungent. To humans, it's disgusting. But to wild hogs, it's a magnet. They'll pick up the scent from far off, follow it in, and if they don't sense danger, come back night after night. The second option, juicy fruit. In the blazing heat of summer, when the streams dry up and the ground cracks, hogs go looking for anything that's moist, sweet, and easy to digest. Halved watermelons, overripe apples, soft peaches. Scattered the right way, at the right moment, these turn into irresistible treats. The third bait, high-protein feed. Some trappers use nutrient-rich pellets meant for domestic pigs, specifically to attract the big boars. They're not drawn to sugar. They're hunting for the scent of meat, of fat, of protein, the promise of a full feast. And then there's one final trick. Rarely mentioned, but incredibly effective. Mix your bait with dirt from an old hog wallow. That familiar scent. Their scent blended with the new food tells them, this place is safe. This place is ours. Because in the art of trapping, bait isn't just something to tempt. It's a calculated invitation, crafted to convince a smart, cautious creature to step forward into a place it can't escape. Wild hogs don't speak, but they remember, not through words, through instinct. A trap that closes too early, a strange noise in the middle of the night, the faint scent of soap on a leaf. That's all it takes for the entire herd to turn away. Some say hogs are just pests, but not in Texas. Here, they're known as super survivors, and that's exactly what they are. They're not like deer. They move in tight groups. They're not like bears, never alone. Every herd has a lead female, a scout. She's the brain, the sensor. If she senses danger, she doesn't panic or warn. She simply turns around and the rest follow. No sound, no chaos, just a quiet retreat, and once they're gone, they never come back. That's why true trappers don't rely on steel alone. They rely on understanding. They don't just build traps, they build trust. No rushing, no feff. Night 1, just bait. Night 2, bait and stillness. Night 3, the gate stays open. Night 4, some of the herd steps in. And by night 5, they all enter, calm, confident, convinced it's safe. Only then, the trap is sprung. Not because the hogs were foolish, but because the trapper waited. No tricks, no pressure, just the quiet art of making a smart animal believe it chose the path itself. And that is the true craft. The gate slams shut. Steel crashes through the night. The herd panics, huddling together, grunting, squealing in low, guttural tones, as if they know something's gone terribly wrong. But right then, when the trap is closed, is when the trapper must be sharpest, because the trap may have sprung, but the real battle is only beginning. Hesitate now, wait too long, and those squeals, those frantic thuds and screams inside that cage will carry on the wind, through the trees, and the hogs that weren't caught, the ones still hundreds of yards away, will hear them. They'll know. And not only will they stay away, they might avoid that entire area for months, even years. That's why seasoned trappers are always ready. When the gate drops, the countdown begins. They move fast and quiet. Approach with just enough light to work. Then handle the herd. Cleanly, calmly, according to a plan. No fumbling, no delay. Some use soundproofed livestock trailers, lined and prepped. Others have remote holding pens, far from active hog territory. Every method serves one purpose. Keep it quiet. Keep it clean. Get out fast. Because wild hogs don't forget. If they've ever heard the screams from inside a steel trap, they'll avoid that place like it's cursed. And just like that, a trap that once worked becomes a dead zone. In hog trapping, you can spend a week setting the stage. But when that gate falls, you've only got minutes to seal the deal. If you found this story meaningful, hit like to support the farmers who work day and night to protect their land, and subscribe to join us on more real-life journeys. No filters, no fluff, just the truth. From wild boar trapping to survival skills and life lessons, each video is a genuine slice of rural America. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. See you in the next episode.